And welcome back to Ozarks Live. Blake and I are here to talk Survivor Episode 3.
Yes, so last time we were with you, we were talking all things Episode 2, so we want to give you a quick update. Vochi was eliminated at the end of Episode 2. The girls on the Yellow Tribe team together and kind of blindsided Xander and got Vochi out. So then at the beginning of Episode 3, kind of what happens, Cami?
Well, first of all, I'm not missing Vochi. I'm sorry, that's just my personal opinion. So we had Brad. He has been a very interesting character throughout this whole thing, and he found in his green camp the immunity. So what that means is that, go ahead.
So he found the immunity. So we're back to the three-way shared immunity idol, which is kind of the weird thing this season they're doing, where once you get to the immunity challenge, you have to outwardly say some really like strange phrase. I don't remember what it was because it was so odd.
And something about broccoli, but basically, yes, if the other two haven't been found, his does not count.
And he doesn't get a vote.
And he doesn't get to vote until all three are found, one in each camp.
Yes, but not only does Brad find the immunity, he also finds this new advantage they introduced this time, which was a steal a vote versus a tarp twist.
Yes.
So there was someone from each tribe that found the advantage, and what they had to do was at night when their tribe mates were sleeping, they had to hop on a boat, go off to a different island, and once again they're faced with a difficult choice. So this time they got there and it was either they could choose to steal a vote, basically taking a vote away from another tribe member at tribal council, or they could vote to get a tarp, which then would, you know, kind of help with like shelter from rain and different kind of weather conditions they're facing out there at their tribe camp.
Now the twist is that if they all three choose the same thing, then none of them get that.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
And so we had two of them actually choose
the steal a vote.
The steal a vote. Mm-hmm. One of them chose the tarp.
Yep.
And so, you know, the one that got a tarp actually didn't get that.
Yes.
Because the other two did get their steal a vote.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a little bit confusing.
Yeah. So then we move into the immunity challenge.
Yes.
Once again, there is no double elimination this time, so we have two tribes that are guaranteed safety as well as some reward.
Yes.
So if the first place, or for the first team, they get not only immunity, but they also get this like huge, beautiful platter of fruit. Yes. And then the second place team gets immunity, and then like just a fruit, but smaller. Yes.
Yeah. And again, the blue team got first place, and this time, for the first time ever, yellow got second place. So yellow didn't have to go to the tribal council, which put green at the tribal council.
Yes, and I have to say, Cami, I had my doubts about Tiffany from the last episode, but this time she kind of stepped it up.
She did.
She kind of helped them get that immunity, and they were really excited. I think it was a good boost of morale for them. I think it was a necessity in this game for really all of them, obviously, but especially Xander, because I think he probably would have been on his way out. I think the girls would have kept together. But Cami, what are your thoughts on the blue team? Because they're really crushing it this season. I mean, they are just like sweeping everything.
Well, you know, my favorite from the start was Danny McCrae, and he's on the blue. I just think that the blue is extremely strong, and I like that a lot of them are drama-free so far. They've got their heads down to get the work in, and they're not as worried about stabbing each other in the back. And I like that. I appreciate that, and I respect that.
Yes. So then, unfortunately, green loses. They go to tribal. Tribal's kind of crazy. Once again, it feels like it always is. You know, I feel like there's a pretty clear divide, but we're also not super sure what's going on with the tribe because you have Shan and Ricard, who have been working together for a lot of this season. JD, who feels like he's kind of floating around. And then it felt like Brad and Jeannie were very much so together. But I will say, with the green tribe, Shan, I think, is one to watch for because she's really good at effortlessly playing both sides. But anyway, so then we get to tribal. Who gets voted out?
Well, the person that has two, you know, advantages and immunity that he can't use, Brad, gets voted out. So
Brad gets blindsided.
I think that he felt pretty confident when he had found those two things during those last few days, and then he's the one that got voted out. So.
Yeah, I will say I'm kind of sad to see Brad go.
He's a character. I'm actually going to miss that.
Yeah, Brad was an early favorite for mine. You know, he was really good at the hunting and the gathering and kind of really helping out the tribe. He was definitely like always in the grit there, especially helping with their hut and stuff too. So, you know, I'm going to miss Brad. I was kind of sad to see him go. And it's the parallel so crazy to me of at the beginning of the episode, you know, we see him with these two advantages. He's so powerful in the game essentially. And just 50 minutes later, draw on our screen, he's out. I was like, that is bizarre.
And that's what makes this a good game, because you never know what's going to happen. Okay, so where does the game stand so far for you?
Okay, so I think the blue tribe's obviously really strong. I think there will be a crack eventually. I feel like, you know, they haven't seen tribal yet, which is pretty crazy in this game, especially given it's a faster paced game. So it feels like we're almost halfway through this season. So I think most of the blue tribe's going to go really far. I think the green could become a little more disjointed after this, given that Jeannie was kind of on the end and Ricard, Shan, and JD were working together. So that'll be interesting. But I'm just going to go out on a limb and say that I think two people that will make it really far in this game are going to be Shan and Deshawn from the blue tribe. I think they will either make it like top 4, top 3, somewhere in there, but they're both playing really strong games in my opinion.
Okay, my favorites are still Danny McCrae and Chantel Smith.
Yeah.
So we will see.
Yeah. All right, well, that is it for episode 3. If you haven't watched it or you want to watch last night's episode, catch up on CBS.com or Paramount Plus, and Cami and I will be back next week to talk more things Survivor.
See you then.